Subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone! Today on Lady Mary Bath, we are stopping by St. Christopher's Resale Shop. They are located on Belleek Road, just off of I-10 in the Spring Branch area of Houston, across the street from Ma'am Resale. There is lots to discover in this store today, with top brands, tabletop treasures, some creative uses for vintage finds, and fabulous jewelry. Join me. The doors are about to open. You will not believe the amazing deals that await. If you like treasure hunting as much as I do, like this video and move over and press the hype button during the first week of the video launch so that we can grow this amazing community together. I appreciate you pressing that hype button up to 3 times in 1 week from your phone or tablet. This shop is full of hidden gems. I am excited to take you along today and share some of the history. And there are a few collections that they will hold until the video airs, and you will want to be first in line when they open on Tuesday. Welcome to St. Christopher's Resale Shop, where we will find spring inspiration with top brands and tabletop essentials, all with interesting history, with the craftsmanship and artistry that went into each piece. We will also find some wonderful jewelry items. Let's get started. I always head for these cases as soon as I enter the store. They've got some great deals here. I remember when they had the Val St. Lambert gardenia candlesticks, a pair for $30. I didn't buy them, but I hope that someone did take those home and that they enjoy them. This is a piece worthy of the Gilded Age. A piece of history for under $20. American Brilliant debuted at the 1876 Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia. It has a high lead content, beautiful hand cuts, and became a status symbol in society. It was the same event and year when Alexander Graham Bell's telephone and the Remington typewriter debuted at the same event. It put U.S. glassmaking on the map, a deal at $18. You have just found the perfect hostess gift, a vintage butter dish with a nice handle. You'll see that Hobstar design, which we find in European crystal. It is priced at $14. And these plates, tie a ribbon around it, another great gift. And good price. A set of 6 rock-sharp dessert plates can also be used as an underplate for a sherbet dish or for serving a salad. Perfect for brunch. A set of 6 for $19. These are made by Rock Sharp of Buffalo, New York. Originally the Cataract Sharp Company. Libby supplied the blanks, and later Libby acquired the company. These are true beauties and would be great for gifting. Your dollar stretches much further at your local thrift store. When you think about what you can find for $20 and under, not much at your local box store. $15 for this vintage creamer and sugar with attention to detail, the beautiful rose design, Art Deco influence with the handle. Absolutely love this set. Great for gifting, for the breakfast table, or even afternoon tea. The platinum-rimmed wine glasses are new with tags from Lenox, well priced at $5, ideal for a modern or traditional table. These are hand-blown, most likely made in Germany, in the Ariel design. This tiny creamer is one that I have in my coffee tea bar. $5 is a great deal. It is lead crystal, perfect for tea for 2. The Blinko pitcher you probably recognize. It launched in 1938. It was made for the modern refrigerator doors. It was a perfect fit, made in many bold colors. Anchor Hawking launched the Prescott pattern in their 1960-61 catalog. This was not part of the original assortment, but it came soon after, $12. Lenox is a well-known American china manufacturer, and this is a very unique set. It's not a pattern that I've seen often. They have demi-tasse, coffee cups and saucers, dinner plates, and you will see they're sold as smaller sets and also some individual pieces. And here's that beautiful back stamp. A mid-century modern statement with a vintage pattern. Lenox made Tempo from 1965 to 1977. We see some neoclassical elements here and also geometric patterns. This is nice for a masculine setting, and you can certainly add some florals to this and dress it up. A great pattern, and we'll look at some more of the pieces. The Lenox Tempo pieces are priced individually, $7 for each dinner plate and $5 for a demi-tasse. You could use these for all seasons. $6 for a cup and saucer. Lenox is a premier American china manufacturer. They are at home in the White House, the Vice President's official residence, over 300 embassies, half of the governor's mansions. And it's also the gift of choice for the U.S. State Department and Congress when they are presenting to dignitaries. A surprise find with Belleek. Not something we find often at a local thrift store. My friends Cassidy and Bella have a large collection of Belleek, a nod to their Irish roots, and I absolutely love to see the younger generation collecting. And they've got some wonderful pieces here for us. A creamer and sugar for $35, which is a fair price. And that green back stamp, you can easily research online when you're out shopping to determine the age of that. And I love any Belleek piece with shamrocks. My grandmother had a cash pot when I was a small child, and I remember admiring it and wishing that we could add that to our collection. Another beautiful option here. A nice and affordable selection of Belleek Irish Parian china. It has been produced since 1857 in County Fermanagh, Northern Ireland. This one is adorned with shamrocks. It's a sugar bowl for $10. We can look at that back stamp and better date this piece. There are many ways that you could gift and use this. It does not have to have the matching creamer. This small bowl, meant as a sugar bowl, could be used to serve a condiment, fill it with candies, wrap it in cello with a French wired ribbon, and you've got a great gift for $10. This is a beautiful piece with quality and craftsmanship. It shines like the top of the Chrysler Building. This silver is absolutely brilliant, beautiful, and needs to be on your table. They are getting pieces in daily. There is someone in the back that is working very hard to polish everything so that it shines for you, and you can imagine this on your table. And some of these have an interesting history. You'll want to look for the hallmark, and wouldn't that be great for a party? And the prices are very good. I met a customer here that inquired about a punch bowl, and they are bringing one out very soon. There are many reasons you should look for silver plate when you're out thrifting. It is affordable, durable, and sustainable. This casserole dish has a Pyrex liner. It is $35, great for entertaining. Picture perfect. They each have a unique style and are multi-purpose. Silver plate is abundant, from serveware to pitchers. It is a great way to add a curated heirloom look to your table. This one has a classic design. It is from Toll with the ice lip guard. It's well priced, and there is so much more we can discover in this store. They're bringing out lots of silver in the coming weeks. Silver plate is a great way to elevate your serving. It is a luxury tabletop essential without the high cost of sterling silver. It is durable, made with a base metal of copper or nickel. We find some history with porcelain pieces. This is a basic that you could easily mix with any other pattern, and the price is right. All of these pieces you see here for $42. And of course, I'm reaching for that teapot, which is a hard to find item, especially with German porcelain, because most Germans serve coffee. Tea is not as common. Beautiful back stamp. These pieces could easily blend with your modern white dishes. Fritz Thomas founded the Thomas Porcelain Company in 1903 in Bavaria, known for high-quality porcelain with a focus on decoration. We see lots of gold accents here. This is a company that was acquired by Rosenthal in 1908. We find more German porcelain. Bavaria was a hub in the Selb area where we saw lots of porcelain production. Hutchenreuter, Selb. It gives lots of information on the back stamp. And we can date this by looking up the marks. Demi-tasse, these blend beautifully together to add interest to your table. Could even use that for a pot de crème. Regal china made in occupied Japan. We can date that from 1945 to 1952 during the Allied occupation. I'm loving the cobalt. And I see something else of interest. Another amazing deal. The Waterford biscuit barrel. A Waterford Crystal Lismore biscuit barrel for $20. It doesn't have the lid, but there are many ways that we can enjoy this as it is. My husband's favorite use is to fill it with lemonade packets. We keep this on our kitchen counter. You could place tea bags or K-cups inside for your coffee tea bar. Line with a napkin and place breadsticks inside. Floral centerpiece for flatware when you're serving buffet. Many different uses and such a great find. My favorite holiday use is to fill it with candy canes and hook them around the rim, and you could even place a floral arrangement inside using another vessel. More china pieces. This has an Art Deco design. I'm always looking for that back stamp. Let's turn it over. An all-purpose gravy boat. Community china, also from Bavaria. The Deauville pattern. This tiny jam jar is from Lenox. Well priced at $14, another great gift. It's not the original spoon inside, but that doesn't matter. It is a vintage piece. I would replace that with a sterling demi-tasse, or perhaps you have a more specific server. And there's the original sticker, hand decorated with 24 karat gold. Get ready for some amazing French porcelain. And these cups can have many uses. I'll tell you more about the history and how easy it was to discover this in the unique pattern. And I can't wait to show you the back stamp. 9 cups for $35. These are almost translucent when you hold them up to the light. A fine quality with that incredible back stamp. Limoges Demi-tasse with a bit of history. They have done their research. These are from Giraud et Brousseau. And that is a company that was headquartered at number 12 Rue du Paradis in Paris. And we know this because we look at the back stamp, which is a roadmap to the history of a piece. In this case, it actually gives us the address. If you look on Google Earth, you can see 2 blue double doors. Some amazing things happened at this factory. They were conveniently located near the Gare de l'Est, which is the train station that could bring in supplies from Lorraine, and many manufacturers in the luxury crystal, ceramics, and tableware industry were also on this street. These demi-tasse may be without the original saucers. We can still utilize them. Such a fine porcelain is worth presenting on a salad plate. This rock-sharp crystal is ideal for a fruit cup, a small dessert, a chilled soup, many ways that we can still enjoy these treasures from the past. And it keeps getting better. Some amazing French porcelain sets. You will notice that the creamer and sugar are quite large compared to the coffee pot. Back then, they had larger families. It wasn't uncommon to scale things up a bit compared to the modern era. And these are quite unique. A coffee pot, large sugar bowl, and 3 cups. A very unique shape, not something that I've ever seen. I love to discover something new to me, and this has an interesting history. I would use the sugar bowl for many purposes, probably not even with a coffee pot. We tend to serve tea mostly, and the back stamp tells us more than we would ever imagine. I'll break it down for you. A Haviland Limoges triangular shaped coffee pot and a sugar bowl. This is something I've not seen before, quite an unusual find. And in looking at the back stamp, we can date this to between 1879 and 1883. I'll tell you all about it. The back stamp has a series of logos and an impressed mark that is sort of a diamond shape. That is the patent office mark, and that was set up in 1842 to protect the manufacturer's designs. Has a series of codes, letters, and numbers, and that was used until 1883. We also see two Haviland Limoges logos here. This one I call the Lifesaver, and that mark, letter G, was from 1879 to 1889. Then we see the H and Co with two lines underneath, and that was used from 1876 to 1886. We can date this piece from 1879 to 1883. All of these treasures are waiting for new life and new purpose, and I'm happy to share that both of these silver-plated candelabra sets are going to two different ladies who are using them for weddings. I love that the younger generation is embracing these and making new memories. Nothing makes a statement like a triple candelabra on your table. These are priced at $125 for the pair, and there's a lady shopping today who is purchasing these for her granddaughter's wedding. These are exceptional, and you will see it has a placeholder here at the top in case you want to use it as a triple. You can also just place two candles inside if you don't want to overpower your table, and I will show you how we can determine the base metal. There are many possibilities with these, not only the finial at the top, they're also convertible. We can unscrew this part from the base and have a single candlestick. I like the single candlestick. If we look at the hallmark, it is from the Sheffield Company, made in the USA. And if we examine the parts and pieces, you can see the silver wearing off and the copper shining through. Here we see the base metal shining through, and quite an ornate design. These will be showstoppers at the upcoming weddings. The other candelabra set is going home with Cheryl, who is buying this for her friend Arlene's daughter's wedding. I love seeing shoppers find new purpose for these items, and that coffee pot can also be used as a centerpiece for florals. And this has my attention, perfect for a dessert sauce priced at $25. And that would definitely elevate our everyday. It's quite easy to use, and it separates well. Quite a fun piece. Just when you thought you had everything in your tabletop collection, an elevated silver plate réchaud. You can keep your sauce or gravy warm by placing a tea light candle here at the base. Perfect for a rum sauce if you're serving bread pudding for dessert, or dame blanche. You can place your chocolate sauce inside. It detaches for serving. This gold rim charger could be the base of a centerpiece. The Lenox platter has such detail. $14 is a very good price. A familiar English pattern that we've seen at Second Blessings. The egg coddlers, those are practical. I like this round casserole for $16. It's great for the fall too. And I'm thinking we all need a souffle dish. And prices are very good. 1970s gold, Evesham gold from Royal Worcester. It was most popular in the 1970s. It was made from 1961 to 2015. Many of these pieces are oven to table, and this is a great price, $20. You could serve scones in this. Mid-century styling with a line that grew to include over a dozen beverage glasses, plates, and pitchers. Made in many colors, including this avocado. My favorite is the cornflower blue, and if you find this affordably, you should grab it. It has a unique history with ties to Fostoria, Ohio, and the famous Fostoria Glass Company. A mid-century favorite with some interesting history. The Seneca Glass Company was formed in 1891 by German glassmakers in the Black Forest. They hired Otto Jäger to be the first president of the company. They moved into the old Fostoria plant on January the 1st, 1892, and they were known for their high-quality glassware for presidents and prominent retailers. They followed suit, just like Fostoria and other glassmakers, and moved to West Virginia for a larger natural gas supply in Morgantown. In 1953, Seneca launched the Driftwood Casuals line. This was aimed at capturing a less formal segment of the glassware market. The tall sherbet or champagne is multi-purpose, great to use as a fruit cup or sip the bubbly. This popular glassware line is sometimes confused with other companies' bark glass. This looks a bit different from the Driftwood Casual. The base is different, it's much heavier, thicker, and if we do a side-by-side comparison, you'll see the greens are a bit of a different shade, with the original being a bit more the olive direction. Anchor Hocking followed suit in 1959 and launched the Milano line. As they expanded this in the 60s and 70s, it was called Milano Lido. Also in the avocado, we do see some distinct differences. The Seneca is a bit of a finer, lighter weight glass that is fire polished with the rim, and I would choose Seneca over Anchor Hocking. The Driftwood Casual line is a highly sought-after collectible from the Morgantown, West Virginia factory, primarily because of the wide range of colors, and that it was made for about 30 years. A surprise collection. And this is a great example of how you can embrace one piece from a collection without feeling like you need to have every single item. I'll show you the one that I'm taking home. It's a nice surprise to find a large collection of collector's plates. Many of these are from Heinrich Villeroy und Boch. That's a company that V&B acquired in 1976. And this one has a hint of chinoiserie with a pagoda. I'm loving the colors. For $8, brand new in a box, I'm taking this one home today. I love everything about this, especially the $8 price tag. And it gives us lots of information on this limited edition plate from Villeroy und Boch. And they even have more collections throughout the store, also from V&B. And these are from French fairy tales. Vibrant colors, and would be a wonderful wall display to purchase 3 or 5. Here's the original box for the pagoda. There we have all the papers. I like that it is limited with a certificate of authenticity. Prepare yourself for an incredible pattern, one with a rich history, and the prices are incredible. You could add demi-tasse to your white dinnerware pattern. Could have lots of fun with this. Could even be a table favor. Eastern motifs with English craftsmanship. The Kutani crane pattern was active with Wedgwood from 1971 to 1998. I remember this from my days with Waterford Crystal and when I was making those bridal selections in 1995. I'll tell you more about the symbolism and history of this design. You will notice that the Wedgwood Kutani crane has a brown rim to continue the earth tones. But that may seem confusing because there are pieces that have a gold rim, such as the salt and pepper shakers, a deal at $15. They also made some bud vases, coasters, trinket boxes, candle holders with a gold rim. And the dish pattern has some beautiful colors. Inspired by 17th century Japanese Kutani porcelain, an area known as Nine Valleys that has kaolin, the essential ingredient for porcelain production. They have been producing these beautiful wares since 1655. In the center of the plate, we see the crane, a symbol of good fortune and longevity. There's some great colors here, perfect for all seasons, and some wonderful ways to use this for table settings. Let's shop this store and find ways to blend vintage and modern to elevate our everyday. This dish pattern is almost like a chameleon. It can take on a different life and a nod to many different seasons. This is reminiscent of fall with the pumpkin placemat, the green plate. It works beautifully together. And we can add some everyday glassware and a modern napkin. We can take a vintage pattern and modernize it by mixing and matching. I placed this Kutani crane salad plate on a $2 dinner plate. Nothing fancy. I love the color combination, and if we add some other tabletop accessories, it comes to life. I'm often asked how to encourage younger generations to appreciate our vintage patterns. You could blend it with a neutral and layer it. Here is a very inexpensive dinner plate where I placed the Kutani crane on top with a more modern silver napkin, a simple silver napkin ring, and some everyday glass or crystal. Blending the modern with vintage gives us a new perspective. And if you have an heirloom china pattern that you are hoping that the younger generations will embrace, I encourage you to bring it out of the cabinet, use it often, so that they can create memories with this, and that's something that they will want to have in their tabletop collections in the future. Now it's time for some fun with jewelry finds. A unique bracelet, and some special pieces from a well-known Texas jeweler, James Avery. They've created jewelry for NASA astronauts and a communion vessel, a chalice, for Pope John Paul II when he visited San Antonio in 1987. And I will share the retail price with you so that you'll understand that's actually quite a good deal. And some earrings that are a personal favorite with the French clips. And anything retired James Avery is highly collectible, especially in Texas. A nice selection of jewelry finds, including from James Avery. This is a Texas artisan jewelry company. It was founded in 1954 by Mr. James Avery in his mother-in-law's garage in Kerrville, Texas. And the company lives on today. They have some amazing pieces, including the Christina clips. These earrings are retired. That means they've gone up in value, harder to find. They made these in a silver gold combination, sterling, and also 14 karat. They are French clip, and 150 is fair. Some more great finds, and icy gold. The petite Latin cross bracelet is 14 karat gold from James Avery. It's priced at $175. Gold has gone up a lot in value, and this currently sells for $400 on the James Avery website. My favorite find of the day with this butterfly pin. I'm reminded of my mother when I see butterflies. That was her personal favorite. She had lots of James Avery butterfly pendants that she wore. This would dress up any spring or summer outfit. 14 karat gold. Such rich detail. And the price is amazing. A great find with this jade brooch. Jade represents good health, fortune, prosperity. You'll notice the wings are made of jade, the body of cultured pearls, and 2 rubies for eyes. This is 14 karat. A great time of the year to add this to your wardrobe. The butterfly is a sign of metamorphosis, change, and spring is all about renewal. This is very well priced at $105. I enjoyed meeting lots of viewers who were shopping the store, including Neha. She found some great deals, and there's lots more waiting for you in this store. So glad you joined me today for St. Christopher's Resale Shop. We discovered some amazing treasures, all with a bit of interesting history. Some great deals in this store. I'm taking home the jade butterfly pin. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Bath. Elevate your everyday with thrifting.